Hey everybody, here today to do a follow-up on a thread video started by my good friend Glen Kellaway from the basement. Glen, I guess it was a week or 10 days ago, started a thread, favorite female singers or artists, and did a real fantastic job showcasing his favorite females and showed the albums. And I'm going to do the same thing. I've seen a couple other guys do it. Real interesting, and I'll do my own spin on it. I want to say that I'm only going to show the vinyl female artists that I have. I have a ton on CDs, starting back from the 60s. I love some of those early 60s records from people like Martha and the Vandellas and the Shirelles and the Crystals and the Supremes and on and on and on. Dusty Springfield, Leslie Gore. I love the 60s music. A lot of great females there, but we're going to concentrate on what I have on vinyl. I'm going to start with Stevie Nicks. You know, we all know her from Fleetwood Mac, but she's put out some fantastic solo records as well. This is Belladonna from 1981. She had a couple of big hits off this record, including Stop Dragging My Heart Around, a duet with Tom Petty, Leather and Lace with Don Henley, and After the Glitter Fades is another song I really like. This is on the Modern Records label. Pretty good album. It's held up over the years. I had this about 40 years, and it's still a solid album. So Stevie Nicks, a couple years later, she put out a follow-up record in 1983, The Wild Heart. Again, a good record. It's got her and her backup singers on the back here. If Anyone Falls, Enchanted, great song. Stand Back, which is a nice hit. A good solid back-to-back Stevie Nicks pair of albums. Also in the 70s, in the mid-70s, we have a group, Heart, the Wilson sisters, Ann and Nancy Wilson, and their backing band. They hit the ground running with this debut album. Magic Man, Dreamboat Annie is the name of the album. Magic Man and Crazy on You were the big smash hits. Love this album. And there's the gatefold. This is on, I think, Mushroom Records. Yeah, Mushroom is the album, or the label on this. Their next album was Little Queen, which is really another solid rock album. Barracuda came off of this, Love Alive, Dream of the Archer, Kick It Out, Little Queen. Just a great LP. So a couple from Heart. A little bit later, into the around 1980, 79, 80, came the Pretenders. Chrissie Hynde is the female artist here. What a rocker she is. She's a great front woman. Brass in Pocket was off this album. Mystery Achievement is a rocking song. Love it. And Stop Your Sobbing. Of course, a Kinks tune, I believe. This album here is my favorite of the Pretenders. Middle of the Road, Back on the Chain Gang, Time the Avenger, Show Me, My City Was Gone, 2,000 Miles. This is Learning to Crawl from 1983. Fantastic album. Chrissie Hynde and the Pretenders. Singer-songwriter time, we've got Carly Simon. This is the best of compilation. I like Carly Simon. I think she's underrated. Listen to some of these tunes that came out in the early to mid-70s that were all over the radio. You've got That's the Way I've Always Heard Love Should Be. That's the Way I've Always Heard It Should Be. Great, subtle, tremendous songwriting. The Right Thing to Do, Mockingbird, Legend in Her Own Time, of course, You're So Vain, Haven't Got Time for the Pain, We Have No Secrets, Anticipation. Real solid album. I like Carly Simon. And I don't think she gets her due here. This is on Elektra. Next, Carole King, Tapestry, a monster hit, 1971. Several Grammy Awards. She was the cat's meow, so to speak, back in those days. She was leading the way for the singer-songwriter movement, you know, along with James Taylor and Jackson Browne and so many others, Cat Stevens. right off the bat, these first 4 songs off this album are just killer. I Feel the Earth Move, So Far Away, It's Too Late, and of course, Beautiful, which is a song that was, the play was based on Broadway. You've Got a Friend, which she wrote. James Taylor had the big hit. Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow, which was a hit she wrote for the Shirelles back in the 60s. She does it on this album. Smackwater Jack, and You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, which Aretha Franklin had a hit with in 1967. It appears on the Tapestry album here. Great stuff. And Tapestry, little woven fabric there. She's got her cat on the cover. One of the best uses of an animal on a cover. Fantastic. Late 70s, Rickie Lee Jones with that kind of swagger she had, and I think she was a contemporary, a little bit of Tom Waits. They were friends, and she had her own little beatnik kind of style. Chucky's in Love was a monster hit. I like the song, what's it called here? Coolsville and Danny's All-Star Joint are on this album. Rickie Lee Jones had her own unique style. Warner Brothers album. You can see she's kind of a hip chick, and got her own style of music. Carla Bonoff is an underrated singer-songwriter you don't hear much about anymore, but she wrote a lot of songs for Linda Ronstadt on a couple of her albums. Someone to Lay Down Beside Me is a great song. Lose Again. If He's Never Near, excuse me. All off this album. I Can't Hold On, a little more up-tempo. But Carla Bonoff, she was in a group called Brindle as well, which never really made it. But I enjoy her style of music, and her songwriting's terrific. Another favorite of mine is Tracy Chapman. This is her debut album. The song Fast Car, Written from the Heart. I just love it. Talking about a Revolution's another killer lead-off track off this album. Again, she reminds me a little of Joan Armatrading in her voice, a husky kind of voice. Brilliant songwriter. This is a group that recently got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Go-Go's, Beauty and the Beat. These girls were talented. They wrote their own songs for the most part, and performed them as well. And they had, in the early days of MTV, they were very hot and made their mark. And it later paid off with a Hall of Fame induction. Belinda Carlisle was the lead singer, and the other 4 women are no slouch either. They're all fantastic musicians. My favorite of the singer-songwriter generation is got to be Joni Mitchell. This is Ladies of the Canyon. What a brilliant album this is. Every song on it. Morning Morgantown, For Free, Conversation. Ooh, baby, look at these songs here. Big Yellow Taxi, Woodstock. She wrote the song. Of course, Crosby, Stills, and Nash made it famous, but it's her songwriting. The Circle Game. This is just fantastic. Laurel Canyon, she was living there. She wrote about the people living nearby. Very personal songs. Love them all. Another Joni classic is this album here, Court and Spark, 1974. More of a jazzy kind of jazz pop sound, I would say. Help Me was the hit. Free Man in Paris, Raised on Robbery. Great stuff. Her masterpiece is Blue, which everybody should know about. 1971. Dynamite songwriting. It's in my top dozen albums of all time. All I Want, My Old Man, Little Green, Carrie, California, River, A Case of You. Just incredible songs. The lyrics are in the middle here if you want to follow along, and you really get the depth of the meaning of the songs when you read along with what she's singing. Incredible. Hejira is an acclaimed album she had. Again, it's not my favorite of hers. I love the song Coyote. A lot of people think this is her best album. I'm not one of them. And all this leads to my favorite of the female artists, and that will always be Linda Ronstadt. I just love Linda Ronstadt's interpretation of other songwriters. She's got that powerful voice. She can do a ballad as well, but This is Heart Like a Wheel, came out in 74. You're No Good was the hit. She does songs from Paul Anka here. It Doesn't Matter Anymore. Faithless Love, which is a beautiful song by J.D. Souther. Heart Like a Wheel, the title track. The Everly Brothers song, When Will I Be Loved. A Lowell George of Little Feat song called Willin', great song. Does a Hank Williams tune, Can't Help It If I'm Still in Love with You. And James Taylor's You Can Close Your Eyes. Linda Ronstadt. She came up with a follow-up album, Prisoner in Disguise, the next year. Again, she does covers of Tracks of My Tears, Heat Wave, the old Martha and the Vandellas tune, Love is a Rose, a Neil Young song, I Will Always Love You, a Dolly Parton song. So she's not writing her own songs, but she's doing great interpretations of other people's work, and she's got the goods to back it up. Another album of hers I like is Hasten Down the Wind. This is the one with all the Carla Bonoff songs who I talked about earlier. Lose Again, If He's Never Here, and of course, Someone to Lay Down Beside Me. So that's my take on the favorite female artist. Subscribe to Glen Kellaway. Check his original out. This is a follow-up, a thread video. I hope you all enjoy, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.